Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Parashat Pointers. We're going to be delving not into Parasha this week, but into Hanukkah, and to understand a little bit about what's the message of these candles that we light. This week's message is dedicated in honor of Eddie and Esther Beda by their children. They should have a lot of nahat from all their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, be'ezat Hashem. You know, there's a Gemara in Masechet Shabbat that says, on Daf Chav Gimel Amud Bet, Rav Huna says that if anybody, any lady, is careful to light both the Shabbat candles and the Hanukkah candles, she will be zocheh. She will merit to have children that are scholars, Torah scholars. And the question is why? What's the connection between lighting these candles and having children such as these? So I think it's very important to first understand there's a difference between the Shabbat candles and the Hanukkah candles. The Shabbat candles represent the fact that we tap into a holiness that's surreal, that is much beyond anything we could ever imagine. It's Hashem's day. It's the day of holiness and sanctity of Hashem Yitbarach. And when Shabbat comes, no matter what, it just comes the same time every day. We tap into that holiness. We enjoy Oneg Shabbat. We actually stop doing any creative work because we are in Hashem's day. So it's about us taking ourselves out of this mundane world and flying up high into this unbelievable world called Shabbat. That's the lights of Shabbat. What about Hanukkah? Where are you supposed to light the Hanukkah candles? Really, in the best way is by the door, close to the ground, within 10 tefahim, about 30 inches. And that's where you're supposed to light it. You know what that represents? That represents the fact that you need to bring the holiness of Hashem down into this world. There can't be two realities, the religious reality and the regular life reality. It's one. We don't just go up into Kedusha sometimes and do what we call religious activities. We bring the religious activities down to everything we do. Imagine a father, he comes home from work and he tells you, know what, I worked hard, I sold goods, I did this, I made a guy smile, I made a guy feel good. I brought Hashem to the world. I brought Hashem to my workplace. I gave tzedakah. I took the mundane and I made it amazing. A woman, a mother, she makes a beautiful home. She takes care and she has a beautiful meal waiting. She might work to help in the family. Whatever she does, she goes to classes, she does chesed. Everything she does brings holiness down into her home. But we have to make sure to not only tell our children that sometimes we go to shul. No, sometimes we bring the shul home. We bring Hashem home. Not sometimes, all the time. That's how we live our life. Perhaps that's why the Gemara says it's both candles. It's not enough to just light the candles for Shabbat. You got to light the candles in you. This is what it's all about. This is so important that our children should see that we have that light lit in our lives, that we see Hashem in our lives every single day. I remember when I was in Israel for the year, and I was playing ball. I love basketball. And one of the rabbis came to me and said, who are you playing for, yourself or for Hashem? I said, what? He said, look, if you have in mind when you play that ball that you're just trying to get yourself ready, you're building yourself up, there's Kiddusha in that basketball because you're getting yourself ready to learn and to grow and to serve God and to be a person and to help others, then every dribble and every shot is a mitzvah. I said, wow, that's Hanukkah. That's bringing it here. See, the Greeks believed that you can't do that. You can't do that. And that's what many people believe. We have to bring the Kedusha home. Bring it in. I heard an amazing story about a Rebbetzin Posner in a city called Kiel, Germany. It was 1932. And she was lighting it was the 8th night of Hanukkah. She was lighting her menorah. She looks across the street. She sees the Nazi flag. That was 1932. It was right when they set up the headquarters of the Nazi party in that city. And she was shocked to see that. It was a very, very scary sight. And she took a picture. And with that picture, it's an amazing picture. You could try to find it. I'll try to put it on the print if possible. So on that picture, you see the Nazi flag and the menorah. And she actually printed the picture, and on the back she wrote Hanukkah 1932, and they have it till today with the menorah, by the way. She wrote, the flag says the Jews will die. The lights says that the Jews will live. And really, that's what it's all about. It's about us living with Torah, living with the mitzvot, living with it in our lives. And my bracha to everybody is don't make decisions based on two pathways. There's one way, living a life of Torah. Bring it down. Bring it home. Shabbat Shalom. Happy Hanukkah.